training session and just thank you. And we want to talk a little bit about relationship marketing today. And I want to say a big thank you to Eric Johnson, who I had the pleasure to meet at conference the other week, for conducting this training for us and showing us how we can utilize this tool called Teamzy to systemize our process and keep us doing our daily method of operation, which is DMO, and keep us organized. So I personally use this tool, love it, and I love how it keeps me organized. So Eric's the creator and CEO of Teamzy, and he's been a professional business coach for the last 16 years. He's trained over 100,000 network marketers in the last 3.5 years. He's a husband, father, and lover of all people. And so we're incredibly lucky to have this training available to us today. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Eric to tell us a little bit more about Teamzy and what it can provide for our Juice Plus businesses. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you so much for that great introduction. I appreciate it. Again, my name's Eric Johnson. I'm excited to be with you guys. All right, so we're going to have some fun tonight. I'm going to show you Teamzy. I'll show you how to set it up. If you haven't seen Teamzy, it's a software that helps you do your business. It's designed to help you get your DMO done in less than an hour a day. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to be power hour bosses today. But before I dive into the software, first I want to teach you a little bit about relationship marketing. See, Teamzy is not just like a tracker. It's actually an approach and a system to the business. And it's based on relationship building, true, authentic relationships, which I think you guys will dig. So let me dive into this presentation here, and we'll have some fun. Now, at the end, if you guys hang all the way to the end, we'll do a question and answer. So I'll be happy to take any questions that come up as well at the end. I'm going to keep you all muted, but if you feel the spirit move you and you must say something or comment in the middle, feel free to go for it. Okay, you can unmute yourselves. I've left you the grown-up ability to unmute yourselves. Okay, so this is what I want to talk to you guys about. How to systemize your success with relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. Okay, so there's a few pieces to this. All right, so let me just dive in. For those of you who haven't met me, even though Jen did such a beautiful introduction, Jen, Mike told me that I need to update those notes. It's actually been 18 years. He goes, you got to remember to update the years as they pass. But for the past 18 years, I've been helping people build their business based on relationships. Actually, not in the direct sales industry. I fell into the direct sales industry by accident. My background's in real estate, mortgage, small business owners, things like that, helping those people build their business. A few years back, I found some products that really helped me. They changed my life, changed my health for the better. And I was excited about the changes in my life. And people were asking me what I was doing differently. And I was telling them I wasn't getting paid. I was not a distributor, but I must have shared, with, hundreds of people. That's just my life. I'm always talking to people. My wife is the one that said, honey, you need to go be a distributor. You could be getting paid for all those people you're sending over to that website. So I signed up and I figured, well, if I'm going to tell people about it anyways, I might as well get paid. I wasn't really that interested in building a network marketing business. But, at the time, I have to tell you guys, I had all the trappings of a successful life. I have an amazing family, 4 kids. I had a great career. I was well respected and I was at the top of my career. Yet I still kind of felt stuck financially. I don't know, probably some of you guys can relate to this. I just felt stuck. We had a house that was upside down more than $100,000 on its mortgage because of the recession. I had been laid off twice during the last recession. So that fear of it all kind of falling away instantly was always there, kind of looming over me. And I just felt like no matter how hard I worked on my career, we just were not going to get any farther ahead than we were now. So, I'll be honest, I took a look at that compensation plan for that side business. And I said, this is a really great way to actually start another stream of income. How many of you guys have figured that out yourselves? And so I took a look at it, and the problem that I had was I just couldn't figure out when I would do it. I didn't have any time. And when I looked at my calendar, I figured maybe I had an hour a day if I really scraped it together. And so what I did was I put my business coaching hat on and said, okay, what would I tell a client of mine if they're in this situation? The easy answer was find tools that would help me leverage my time so I could be efficient with it. So I started looking for tools, and I figured they must exist, right? Because they exist in other industries. And what I found was there really wasn't anything compelling out there. Nothing that would help me build relationships, and certainly nothing that would help me get it done in an hour a day. So long story short, that's why Teamzy exists, because I couldn't believe it wasn't there. So I found some people smarter than me, and we built Teamzy. And just to kind of give you some history on Teamzy, in just over 3 years, we've had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy. which is an amazing, humbling number. Actually, that number is closer to 100 now. Thank you, Juice Plus. We love you guys. I need to update this presentation too. But it has been an unbelievable journey, considering that I didn't know if people would even want this. And to see it take off and help so many people has been truly humbling for us. And just to kind of give you an idea of the results people are seeing, active Juice Plus distributors, I mean, the people that are actively using Teamzy, they're averaging 18 new customers and 21 recruits. I'm sorry. I can't see my screen. I think it's 12. 18 new customers and 12 recruits over 90 days. Is that the numbers on your screen? Your faces are covering 12. Yeah, I think it's 12 for Juice Plus, which is amazing because it's 8 industry-wide. It's 8 recruits industry-wide. Juice Plus is averaging 12 recruits. So you guys are doing 50% better than other networks. Isn't that cool? I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I know Janet Black loved to hear that you guys were doing 50% better. So just to kind of give you that. And also for those of you who maybe don't know, but we've partnered with Juice Plus, and we're proud to be endorsed by the Juice Plus company for you to use in your business. So if you're not already using Teamzy, go to teamzy.com/JP. It's right there on the screen, teamzy.com/JP, and you can start a free trial. We offer a 30-day free trial. It's free, no credit card required, nothing. Just go use it, enjoy it. If you, as my dad would say, don't have 2 shekels to rub together, it's free for 30 days, which is plenty of time to create massive momentum in your business. Okay, and I'm going to teach you tonight how to do that. And of course, I'm proud to endorse Juice Plus too. I'm an avid tower gardener. I have 2 now. I'm super into them. And now that I live in San Diego, so my challenge is, when do you take it apart and clean it? Because it's constantly growing stuff. Anyways, I'll figure that out. Okay, when it turns all the way green, I guess. So let's talk about relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? This term, I've been teaching this, like I said, for 18 years. This term seems to be real popular right now. Have you guys heard other people saying relationship marketing, relationship marketing? The problem is that most of the time people are talking about, like selling stuff to your friends, or, it's like this whole kumbaya, we're just going to hold hands and love each other, but never talk about our business type approach. It's neither one of those things. I want you guys to understand relationship marketing is a philosophy of doing business. Okay, it's a philosophy of doing business that puts people ahead of sales and products. Okay, it's a philosophy of doing business that puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. And it's not an abstract feel-good concept. It's a proven system. It's a proven system that we follow, always knowing what to do next. Okay, it's a proven system we follow, always knowing what to do next. How many of you would like to just always know what to do next? Well, good. We're here. We're going to show you how to do it. Okay, this is important. One of the reasons why people don't like network marketing is because they feel it puts sales ahead of relationships, right? They feel like you're trying to get something from me and they're turned off by it. So we're going to flip that on its head and put the people first. Here's a principle I want you to get down. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. It's not to make money, it's to develop relationships. Okay? Why is that so important? It's because we turn relationships into advocates by investing time in providing outstanding service. We turn our relationships into advocates by investing time in providing outstanding service. Instead of just going for a sale or a recruit, we build a relationship. A relationship is worth hundreds of sales and recruits done properly. Does this make sense? This is why I have people joining my boot camp to learn about this system who are already 7-figure earners in their business. Why? Because they're tired of prospecting and beating the bushes for their next lead. They want to learn how to create advocates that just bring people to the business. Does this make sense? Okay. Next principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this system ain't going to work. Okay. It is not going to work. And this is where, as I'm kind of unpack this for you, most of the leading trainers in network marketing would disagree with most of my points, which is why I think so many people in our business are kind of jaded by it. This approach depends absolutely on trust, which means that you cannot do anything disingenuous. You cannot do anything tricky or sneaky. You can't invite somebody to coffee, then whip out your business plan by surprise, right? You can't hide your business on social media and try to create curiosity and then pounce on them when they're interested. All that stuff it erodes trust. It erodes trust. Okay. Hold on a second. I got to mute you guys. Somebody's unmuted real quick. And it's distracting. Okay, good. We're back. So here's the good news. Trust makes the work fun. When you build trust, you don't have to convince people. You don't have to sell them. You don't have to talk them into anything. You can just get right to helping them because they trust you, right? Also, trust takes the ickiness away. You never have to feel like an icky salesperson with relationship marketing because you're building trust. How many of you, that's your worst nightmare, is to be seen as the icky salesperson? That's me, right? That's why I had to build this system, because I couldn't do it the way everyone else was doing it. And finally, you get to go for yes. Instead of this go for no concept, the idea that you're going to ask everybody, right? And most people will say no, but that's okay because more no's get you closer to a yes. Have you guys ever heard that before? Doesn't that not make sense at all? How could no's get you closer to a yes? No's are just constant rejection that leaves us feeling dejected and discouraged. Am I right? So with this system, we go for yes. We go for yes. We don't push people for no. Look, if I walked up to random women on the street and asked them to marry me, how many would say no? All of the intelligent ones, right? This is the same thing with our business. You got to build that relationship first before you can even think about that. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. How do we build trust? How do we build it? There are 4 essential ingredients to building trust. I'll teach them to you tonight. Okay, here they are quickly, and then we'll break them out. Number 1 is chemistry. Number 2 is character. Number 3 is competence. Number 4 is consistency. Okay, the 4 essential ingredients are chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right, so let's talk about these. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? This is really important. Nobody wants to do business with someone they don't like, right? And how many of you would prefer to do business with people you feel are friends? All of us feel that way. So you got to find chemistry. Find out what you have in common with people. It's the first thing and most important thing you need to do when you start connecting with people. What do you have in common with them? Okay, just ask questions. You know what's amazing is you have things in common with everybody. It doesn't matter what your politics are, or anything like that. You can find ways to help people by finding out what you have in common with them. Number 2, character. This one's mega important. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Okay, character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Listen, I want you guys to notice something. You don't actually have character. You don't have character. Character is something you do. Okay? You have to be doing it. It's a constant thing. It's like breathing. It is doing character. It is showing care for others. How many of you think it's important to do business with businesses or people of good character? It's everything. And when it comes to building trust, it's everything. So you have to think about, how am I demonstrating care for people today? How do I demonstrate care on my customer service with my customers? How do I take care of them? Right? How do I demonstrate my character when I'm driving my car down the highway? How do I demonstrate my character when I'm right? Everything you do is your business. It's 24/7. How you demonstrate care and that relatable. So if you're like me and you feel like sometimes someone's questioning your character and you get offended, take a step back and go, how am I not demonstrating care for this person and what can I do? Does this make sense? Now, it's beyond just, how you take care of customers and being respectful on the highways and things like that. It's also how you post on social media. It's how you share your story. It's how you communicate with others. Is it all about you or is it about them? Are you showing care for others in everything you do? Make sense? I want you guys to think about that. When you're posting on Instagram and Facebook, is this demonstrating my care for my audience? Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and a business person, good business person. 2 pieces to this. And again, it's an action you take, right? People need to see your competence to trust you. How many of you guys are in the health and wellness business? You're here to help people get healthy. Just about all of you, right? Hopefully. I have the right group, right, Jennifer? Do you know what you're talking about? Are you competent when it comes to health and wellness? Are you educated on what Juice Plus does for people? Are you educated for what people are missing in their lives? Do you know stories about how it's helped people in specific situations? And are you constantly trying to hone that edge in your business? Right? Because if I'm going to become your customer, and let's just talk from a customer relationship, I need to know that you kind of know what you're talking about, don't I? Right? The second piece of this is, I want to join your business. Do I believe that you can mentor me to be successful in the business? Do I see you as a business leader who can mentor me in this business? And look, it's okay if you're not there yet. Okay, because we're all at different stages of competence. And you have to be working on this, though. You have to be pursuing this constantly, trying to educate yourself and get more experience and practice this. But when you're newer, the last thing I want you to do is fake it. Don't pretend to be something you're not. Don't pretend to be competent where you're not. If you're new, you need to lean into your team. You need to tell your friends and your family about your upline and how incredibly amazing they are and how talented they are and how competent they are and how knowledgeable they are. When you don't have a story to tell, you need to learn other people's stories and tell their stories. Okay? You lean into the competence of your team. You build them up. You never pretend to be something you're not. Remember, it's about trust. And if you do anything disingenuous, it all falls apart like a house of cards. And you're talking about relationships. People who have seen you put your pants on backwards. They know if you're not competent yet. So you have to tell them about the people you're surrounded with. Here's a little principle on this, then we'll jump to number 4. The principle is behind this. Whenever someone's going to do business with you, they only care about these 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? When people feel good about these 3 questions, you have built an advocate. This is somebody who will share your mission with others because they're excited about it. Okay? Until they have a yes for these 3 questions, you have objections to overcome. That's the difference, right? So when someone raises objections, you just got to know that relationship needs some work. They don't believe me yet, which is why we have Teamzy, so you can work on those relationships. Okay, number 4, consistency. What do you think? Is it important to be consistent if you want people to trust you? How many of you guys have people that you really like, but they're not consistent, so it's hard to trust? So building this business is about being consistent. Raise your hands if you know 5 different people who have tried network marketing and were completely inconsistent with it and didn't go very far with it. Everybody does. This is why a lot of the people you know are going to have kind of a wait and see moment when you say, hey, guess what I'm doing? Juice Plus, it's great. They're like, okay, well, let's wait and see if this person can be consistent. Consistency, it's where it's at. That's how we build trust. But consistency has another cool benefit to it, is that people respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Not only does it build trust when you're consistent, it builds trust, but it also attracts people to you. They want to be around it. How many of you have been told by somebody that you're an inspiration to them? Isn't that crazy? I mean, I don't mean it like that. I mean, you guys are awesome, but doesn't it feel weird when somebody tells you you're an inspiration because you're like, seriously? Like, me? If you only knew. Don't ask my wife. People tell my wife, your husband's so inspiring. She always gives me a little elbow on the rib, like if they only knew what a dork you are, right? But the point is what's inspiring people is they see you being consistent. They see you making positive changes in your life. They see you doing things that are hard on a regular basis. And that is amazing, inspiring even. And a lot of people will join your team because they want it to be in that community. Does that make sense? So consistency, number 4, is where it's at. Okay, so just real quick, little checkup from the neck up. How many of you consistently take your Juice Plus every day? Let me see your hands. Yay, okay, that was an easy one. That one should be easy, right? Especially because it's Juice Plus. It's really easy to take. All right, I did this one time with a wine club, and I was like, how many of you do it? Okay, let's just say monthly. We don't want you to drink it every day. What about sharing your journey, sharing what you're doing on social media? How many of you guys are consistent about doing that? Let me see your hands. Okay, pretty good. Not as enthusiastic. Everybody knows that's an important thing to do, though. It's a gift. Social media is a gift to us that makes building this business so much easier than it used to be, right? And we can connect with people all over the world, which is pretty cool. Here's the real checkup from the neck up, though. Are you as consistent with your relationships? Are you as consistent with your relationships? And that's probably why you're here on this call with me, because you need help with this, as most of us do. But you need to understand that it's more important than anything, more important than social media posts, even taking your Juice Plus, is staying in touch with people. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to understand. Relationship building is a contact sport, which means you have to be in regular contact with people. Okay? If you were to hire me as your coach, and don't email me later and say that's what you want to do, it's okay. This is just an example. I would tell you the way to build this business is to stay in touch, regular contact with every single person you know. All of them. I know that your time is scarce, but that would be the best use of your time, right? And that's why we built Teamzy, by the way, to make that easy. Here's the principle I want you guys to understand. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. See, if you want a business that's really fun and that you can sustain for the next 20, 30 years and not get burned out, it has to be based on relationships, right? And there's only one way to do that. It's by investing time and connecting with people. So let me just give you a quick example on this, then we'll jump into Teamzy. How many of you have ever received an amazing card or letter from somebody that you love? And in that card or letter was a handwritten section where they wrote something from the heart, handwritten. And when you read it, it just hit you emotionally. How many of you guys have had one of those cards or letters that just hit you right in the heartstrings? Okay, good. How many of you still have that card somewhere? Like you saved it. Do you guys have a special place? Let me see who has a special place where you have a pile of your most loved things that you can't part with them, right? Most people can't. Even with the whole Marie Kondo, throw away everything that you love and bless it and say goodbye. You guys know who I'm talking about. She has that show. Even with that, people still keep the cards and letters. We have a hard time parting with them. And it's amazing how they touch us emotionally, don't they? Now, here's another example. Have you ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. You guys ever get one of these? This one's from my State Farm life insurance salesperson. Kathy's laughing. Do you get these from your insurance salespeople? The dentist sometimes gets them. My dog used to get these from the vet. Happy birthday, time to get more shots that your dog probably doesn't need, right? Does this go into the special place? How many of you throw this away pretty much instantly? Yeah, we throw this away. This doesn't have any value, does it? What's the difference? This required no time, right? It's a bulk auto mailing, requires no time, and it's not personal. It's not a personal connection. It doesn't even have my name on it. It just says, here's to another great year of you. You know who you are, you. It's not personal, required no time. We don't value it, goes right in the trash. Somebody takes 5 minutes to write us a card, we save it forever. Sometimes our family, we pass away, our family keeps those letters. How many of you guys have letters or cards from somebody you love who's passed? We save them. Is that amazing? It's a priceless thing. 5 minutes of time. Blows my mind every time. And we get so seduced by this concept of automatic marketing, right? Marketing automation. Have you guys seen people advertising? Oh, wouldn't that be great? This is what marketing automation feels like. We get it all day long. It's like, yeah, we don't need that. That doesn't have any value. Make sense? Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. And that's how the business is built. Now, do you need to spend 5 minutes writing a handwritten card to everybody on your list every day to build this business? No. Should you, whenever you can think of a reason to write somebody a card, do that? Yes, they'll save it forever. Do you ever think about that? Someone will probably save this forever if you do it just right? If you really get deep on it. But even just messaging somebody one-on-one, sending them a text or messaging them on Messenger, sending them a direct message on Instagram, one-on-one takes 2 seconds. It's still an investment just in them, and it's meaningful. Nobody does this. Does this make sense? And it's a way for you to make a small impact in a lot of people's lives every day and create a lot of really positive energy, not only in your life, but in others. And it gives you lots of opportunities to talk about Juice Plus. Little added bonus. Make sense? All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's see here. I think I have one more slide, and then we'll jump into Teamzy. So investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. If you guys got that one, that's the big point of today. Here's the thing. This is all great, great philosophy. We love this, Eric. Yes, I agree. I want to be authentic with people. I don't want to do any of that corny, cheesy stuff, but you got to have a system. You can't just believe in the philosophy. You have to have a system to follow. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships. Know when you're going to contact them. In other words, don't stare at your list going, who should I message today? Know who's up, and know what you're going to say so you can start a conversation quickly without staring at the screen all day and trying to think of the perfect message. Who's guilty of doing that? What do I say? And then you end up messaging one person in your hour. And then finally, I want you to have a system so nobody ever falls through the cracks. So nobody ever falls through the cracks. How can you be that consistent person who's trustworthy if you're dropping people through the cracks, right? Okay, so let me jump into Teamzy really quick. Just really fast, how many of you are already using Teamzy? So about half of you. Okay, great. Perfect. And I know you guys can't raise your hands that are watching this on replay, but you're going to want to after this. Okay, so let me just see here. That's my Facebook. Here's Teamzy. Okay. Oh, you know what I want to do really quick? Hold on a second. I want to launch this back to the setup wizard. So if you haven't already started using Teamzy, I know a lot of you are. When you first set up Teamzy, when you first log into your free trial, it'll bring you into the setup wizard. Okay, the setup wizard is just designed to make this super easy to set up. Okay, if you're like me, I'm not a techie person. I needed it to be super easy. So here's the first page of the setup wizard. So the first time you log in, you'll see this. Okay, and it'll walk you through it. There's a little video for me. I'll skip that. Okay. First thing you're going to want to do in the setup wizard is set your income goal. How much money would you like to be earning a year from now? Okay, this is your annual income amount. So I've got mine set at 150,000. You set it just by sliding this little ball back and forth. If you slide it up, you have a lot of work to do each day. If you slide it down, you have a little work to do each day. Make sense? But Teamzy knows exactly what you need to be doing each day to hit that goal in a year. This is what I'm talking about, knowing exactly what to do. We've helped so many people in this industry. We know what kind of results are typical if you follow the system, okay, a certain amount consistently. So let's put it back to 150. That was my goal. So at $150,000 income, this is what I need to be doing daily. I need to connect with 9 of my prospects, 6 of my customers, and 4 distributors from my team each day. Okay. And when I say connect, I'm not trying to sell or recruit or anything weird. I just connecting to make somebody's day. Okay. And so I'm going to teach you guys how to make someone's day messages, but I want you to live in the mindset of make someone's day mindset. Your power hour is, like my goal is 19. You can see 9 plus 6 plus 4 is 19. My goal in my power hour is to make 19 people's day. How fun is that? That's a good hour, right? And that builds my business. So once you have this where you want it, click continue. And what it does in the background is it sets Teamzy up to your specific goals. So your dashboard will be customized to whatever your goal is, okay? The next step is we're going to get all your contacts into Teamzy. So we're going to go into your back office. We're going to get your team imported. We're going to get your customers in. We're going to get all of your Facebook friends in. Wherever you have contacts, we want them all in Teamzy so they're in one place. So I don't want you digging around for pads of paper that you wrote somebody's info on. You can't find it. Business cards piled somewhere, sticky notes. How many of you guys have sticky notes? Right? Forget all that stuff. Some of you got really organized once and you made a spreadsheet and then you lost it on your computer and couldn't find it again. So now it's going to be in Teamzy, all organized. Everything's in one place. It's important to have everybody on the same list, not just because it's easy to find. Teamzy lives in the cloud, so you'll always have access to it. It's in your phone, your computer. It's in your friend's phone. It's always there. But it also helps us to intelligently create who you're going to connect with every single day so nobody falls through the cracks. Does it make sense? So if you're not sure how to upload contacts, these are little, each one of these is little videos that teaches you how to do it. It's really pretty easy. Okay, so once you get everybody into your Teamzy, they're all in one place. Now your Teamzy set up. You can see my dashboard is set up based on the goals that I just set in the setup process. See where it says today's activities right here? These are my goals for today. See, I set a goal for 150,000, but now I need to just focus on today. It's the only day I have. Does that make sense? So here's a business concept. If you want a big business, you have to make your focus small. Okay? If you want a big business, you have to make your focus small. So we've broken this down to what you need to do today in 1 hour. Okay. So I've got a goal to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors. See, those are all zeros. I haven't done anything yet. I've also got a goal to share 3 times. And when I say share, I mean share the products, share the business opportunity. I'm not going to share it with every single person I talk to. That's like throwing up on people who aren't interested, right? I'm going to discover interest first and then share. And then I'm going to add this last goal are ads. I have a goal to add new people to my Teamzy list every day. I want to meet new people, constantly putting new people on my Teamzy list. It's fresh water for the business. You don't want a stagnant business. Make sense? Okay. So now we're getting ready to do our power hour. There's one more thing I want to show you. Let's see. I can just kind of explain what this means. Everybody on my list has a number next to their name. See these numbers? 5, 4, 4, right? This is how many stars they have. You guys understand how a 5-star system works, right? 5 stars is awesome. 1 star is not awesome. How many of you guys have used that before to rate things? So one of the things that we do in Teamzy is we rate all of our relationships on a 5-star scale. Why do we do this? Because it's important with relationship marketing. It's important to stay in touch with everybody, but we want to talk to our best people first, and we want to talk to our best people more often. Does it make sense? Because they already trust us the most, and they're most likely to support our business. Are you guys with me? So the way this system works is real simple. 5 stars, these are your best friends, your favorite people. These are the people you feel like are really, really have a strong potential to become a customer or a distributor. 5-star people are going to come up first on your Teamzy list, and they're going to come back automatically every 30 days. You're going to get a reminder to reach out and connect. Okay? Your 5-star people come up first. They come back automatically every 30 days. 4-star people, they're your friends and family, not your closest inner circle. But they're the people that you feel with a little nurturing might be interested. And so those people are going to show up. They're going to come up right after the 5s, and then they come back automatically every 60 days. You don't have to think about it or worry about it. They're just going to come back. Okay. 3-star people, they could go either way. You just don't know. 3-star people are going to come back every 90 days. So every 90 days, they come back automatically. And probably 90% of the people you know are going to be 3 stars, which is pretty cool. And when you import people into Teamzy, they're automatically assigned 3 stars. So you really only have to rank about 10% of your list. Okay. So once you've gone through your list one time, and just kind of clicked. And to change the ranks, by the way, is super easy. There's a rank mode here, so you can open it up for everybody, and you just scroll down your list, and if you want to change somebody's rank, you just click it. So you're just kind of cherry picking your 4s and 5s. When you do this, everyone will be 3, and you're just going, okay, that person's going to be a 4. I'm just going to rank them up. Make sense? Okay, super easy. And that's the one thing. Now you can adjust ranks as you go in Teamzy, but I recommend that when you set up, you scroll through your list first and try to grab your 5-star and 4-star people so that they get a little priority. Now, once you've done this one time, you guys, Teamzy will automatically create your list every single day. Okay? And Teamzy, by the way, is based on a 5-day work week, which means we expect you to take 2 days off from this a week. Cool? So 5 hours a week. How many of you guys are in? 6 figures in a year, 5 hours a week. Is that really possible, Eric? Yeah, it's possible. I wouldn't be in business still if it wasn't. Are you guys with me? But you have to be consistent. How many of you think that if you worked out 5 hours a week consistently, 5 days a week for a year, that you'd be in great shape in a year? Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, so let's talk about this. What we're going to do here is we're going to work a power hour. So Teamzy has automatically created my list for me. I don't have to think. I just log in and I start connecting with people. So my power hour section right here in the middle, I'm going to show this to you real quick. This is designed to help you be super efficient. Now, Teamzy is a full CRM. That's a contact relationship manager. It's just a fancy technical term. That means that all your contacts are here. It's like your Rolodex. Everybody's in Teamzy. But on the power hour, we're just going to give you 5 names at a time. This is who's up next, who we want you to connect with. That's to keep you focused and to keep you from skipping around too much. Just go after it, okay? There's 3 lists here: prospects, customers, distributors, and the 4th one is follow-ups. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Prospects, customers, distributors. And on the right-hand side is where you actually log it as you're connecting so that it's tracked. Cool? Okay, so let's do it. First person on my list is Jennifer. So I'm going to send her a message. Remember, my goal is to make her day. That's it. not to sell her, just to make her day, because that's how I can start a conversation with her. Okay. So what do I say? How many of you guys have an idea? Oh, I know half of you use Teamzy, so you already know the answer. So when we launched Teamzy, gosh, I guess it'll be 4 years in December. We didn't have scripts. I figured people are already having conversations, right? So they know how to talk to people. They just need help with who to talk to. So we launched Teamzy, and then people said, what do I say? I'm stuck. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I could write down everything I would say. So we created a scripts library. It's right here. See where it says scripts? So you click on that. If you're not sure what to say, just pull one from here, because these are tried and true tested scripts, okay? And they're not sales scripts. They're just relational scripts. So I'm going to message her on Facebook, because we're Facebook buddies. Let's go here and click on Facebook. And I'm just going to take the first one off the top of the list. It's called Connect One. And here's how it reads. It reads like this. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. Okay, super simple. So I'm going to click on copy script. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste that in Teamzy, because obviously her name's not Jane, right? I need to change it. It's close, but no cigar. There you go. And so I've got the name correct, and maybe some emoticons. I love emoticons. It's like the greatest thing ever, emoticons. Do you you remember in like the 90s when we used to just email and people were always offended by your emails? And then somebody invented a smiley face and was like, oh no, there's no offense. There was a smiley face. It's all good. It's brilliant. Okay, so look, now I've got this just the way I want it. I've got a couple of emoticons. I've got the name right. It took me just a second to customize that script, right? So now I'm going to actually copy this script and go send it in Facebook, because I have to actually send it through whatever you message. Okay, so look, I've got it open right here in another tab. There she is. Okay, so we're going to send her this message. Send message. There it is. Don't overthink this, by the way. When you get to this stage, don't stare at it and wonder how to perfect it. Just send it. How many of you guys are like that? A few of you. So look, that message is now sent. So I'm going to log it in Teamzy. That was a Facebook message. See the big blue button that says log connect? Click that and it's logged and done. Now see what happened? She's gone off my list. My list slid up one notch. And see right here, I've got 1 done now, 8 left. That little circle is starting to turn blue. The next person on my list is Jay. I'm going to just use that same script. It's still on my clipboard. Just paste it in there and change the name. It gets faster now because I've already got my emoticons. Do you guys see how easy this is? Now remember, the goal of these messages is just to say hello and make someone's day. And then based on their response, we'll have a conversation. So I'm looking up Jay. I'm going to send her a message. Okay. And I'm using Facebook as an example. I like to message people there because the response rate's really great. But however you connect with people, text message, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Okay. If you're having coffee with somebody, you log it in Teamzy. I had coffee with them. Okay. Now I've sent the message to Jay. Now I'm going to log it in Teamzy. That was a Facebook message. Blue button, log connect, 2 done. See how that circle's filling in? Now I'm going to do the same thing for Kate, then Raven, then Bliss. Easy, right? So here's the thing. When this circle turns all the way blue, that means my daily goal for prospects is done, and I'll move on to the next list, which is customers. Okay? Just a little pro tip here. As you're sending those outgoing messages to your prospects, some people may respond immediately, and I don't want you to run off and have a conversation right now because you'll get sidetracked. Finish all your outgoing messages first. It won't take that long. And that'll motivate you to go quickly when you know somebody's waiting to talk to you, right? Because I don't want you to get sidetracked. It's important that you get your power hour done. So we're going to do our prospects. Then I'm going to come to my customers and I'm going to start messaging my customers. Okay. So Amanda comes up. I'm going to connect with her. Now this is so important. Again, it's so easy to connect with customers with Teamzy. How many of you wish you were better at staying in touch with customers? This is going to make it super easy. Okay. So I just want you guys to know, like I know you guys have learned a real specific customer follow-up program. But I have found that about 98% of the people I talk to don't do it because it's too complicated and hard to keep up with. So here's what I'll tell you. You're still winning if you just put them all on Teamzy and star rank them and just connect as they come up. You'll be in touch with everybody regularly. So it's really simple. Amanda comes up. I'm going to go to scripts and get a customer script. Okay, it's automatically switches for me. So maybe I'll just do something like this one. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the product? Send me an update. Let me know I can be of help. Okay, great. So let me copy that script. So I'm going to send her this one, right? Again, you guys, it's super easy. Just change the name. Great. Change the products. How are you enjoying your tower garden? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Easy, right? Cool. This is so important. So let's pretend I go over to Facebook and send it to her. Great. And then I'll go to the next person, Jennifer, and I'll send her a message. And I'm just going to go down my list of customers now until I hit my goal for the day, which is connecting with the next 6 customers on my list. I'll show you my favorite customer script, by the way. It's in here. It's this one. Hi, Jane. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. That's literally what I'm trying to do. Make your day. Have you guys used that? Who's used that script with customers? Anybody on the call? What you find is a lot of times the most common answer is, wow, you just did. You just did. Now, real quick on customers. You've probably heard people tell you about prospecting. It's so important in business, right? Prospecting, prospecting, prospecting. True? And once you and it is true, at least when you're starting your business for sure. But connecting with customers is as important. Connecting with customers is as important. Okay, when you're building a relationship marketing business, your customers are becoming advocates. They're the people most likely to join your team. They're the people who will bring more customers to you. They will introduce you to their friends and family. This is the most exciting way to build your business. When somebody introduces their friends and family to you, they already trust you. They already trust you. My cousin told me to talk to you. I need help too. Help me, please. Great. This is why I'm here. Get to help people. Are you guys with me? Connecting with customers is as important. Now, 2 magical things happen. The first one, which I already kind of mentioned, is people will start introducing you to their friends and family. They will not do that if you're not in contact with them, right? But here's what is happening. People are taking Juice Plus. How many of you can think of at least one customer that you love, that you just wish you had more people like that person? Those people are taking Juice Plus and loving it, and they absolutely 100% are telling other people about Juice Plus. That's what human beings do when they like something. True? So are they introducing people to your business? Maybe, but maybe they're just telling people about Juice Plus. Does that help you? Not if you're not in contact with them. Does this make sense? They're Googling Juice Plus and they're getting the product. Yay. Not fun for you though, right? You need to be getting those people. Not just because you've missed out on a sale, but who can serve the people you care about better than you? Nobody. I mean, even in this business, even in Juice Plus, are there people that aren't going to give us the same service level that you would? So you want to make sure that you're telling people, look, I want to take care of your friends and family. I want to make sure that I'm serving them and helping them. So if you've come across anybody who needs to learn more about Juice Plus or is interested in learning more about Juice Plus, could you connect them to me so that I could get them some more information? Okay. I always tell people, look, before I get too busy this month, I want to make sure that I set aside some time to take care of the people you care about. Is there anybody that I need that I can prioritize into my schedule? Are you guys with me? Jen's in my boot camp. This is actually what we're working on this week in boot camp, right? This is what we're doing. She'll share some of that. She'll share some of my dialogues with you guys later. The point is you got to be in regular contact with your customers. This is the number one way to generate new business in your business is from the customers you already have. The other thing that happens, which is really nice, when you're in regular contact with customers, and I don't mean you're messaging them to go, hey, your auto ship's going out on Tuesday. Would you like to modify your order? That's just my opinion of that. I mean, just saying, hey, I'm just checking in. Is there anything I can do to help? Is there anything I can do to support you this week? How are you? By connecting with people on a regular basis, they order more product and they retain longer. Okay, let me just say it again. By being in regular contact, they order more product and they retain longer. Not because you're trying to sell them, just because you're there. Think about the last time you had an awesome experience at a restaurant. When the service is great, do you notice that the servers are present when you need them? They're present. When the server is absent, are you able to order another glass of wine? Are you able to get a dessert or to upgrade or do anything like that? When they're absent, you cannot. It's just by them being present, you're able to add more. And you guys are constant. I mean, like you guys just came out with it's been a year ago now. But a lot of people taking Juice Plus are not doing the omegas yet, right? So why would they? A lot of them are curious about it, but it's not like a priority. So when you reach out, that's when they go, what's that thing you were talking about, the omegas? Should I be getting those? I used to find that in my business, when I was doing it, people would go, I saw you post about this. Should I be using that? This is what happens when people trust you. You're like, well, yeah, let's talk about it. Maybe. What are your goals again? Let's revisit your goals and see if we need to add some more products to your product mix. Are you guys with me? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I have 2 tower gardens, and I was looking at that little tower garden at conference going, do I need one of these? I don't know. Do I need one of these? Maybe. Does this mean I won't have aphids? Maybe I should have one of these. Put it right here in the background of my calls. Would that be exciting? You guys get the idea. Stay in touch with customers. Last piece here. Probably went too overboard on that point, but you guys get it. When I'm done connecting with customers for the day, I toggle to distributors. I connect with my team just to build relationships with your team. Look, as your team grows, how many of you guys have a small team right now? So when you have a small team, it's easy to stay in touch with your team, isn't it? As the team grows, it gets more difficult. Hallelujah. That's a good problem to have. And what happens is, and it's very common, is it's like, okay, well, let's create a Facebook group. And then I'll do live Zoom so that we can connect that way. But what happens is we lose the one-on-one connection. So what I want you to do now is get in the habit with Teamzy. You've got 5 people, great. When you have 40,000 people, this will help you stay in touch with your frontline and your leaders. Because when they get a message from you saying, how are you? Is there anything I can do to support your business? It's mind-blowing. Think of the 100 Club NMD upline from you. Would it be impactful to get a text right now like that from that person? Hey, I just noticed that you're, that you've recently achieved this milestone. Congratulations. Just want to let you know I'm here for you if you need anything. Wow. So you guys can be that leader. Does it make sense? That's why the product's called Teamzy and not salesy or leadsy or cheesy. It's Teamzy. If you build the team, you get to build the business that helps you build your life. Make sense? Prospects, customers, distributors. The first half of your power hour is just doing that. You're just messaging people, sending out outgoing messages to start a conversation and make their day. Okay? Let them know you're present. So in my example, it's 19 people. I could do that easy in 20 minutes. Right? Maybe not your first week. It might take you an hour to do that, but after you get using Teamzy for a while, you'll be really quick at it. You'll be able to do it at least in 30 minutes. Okay. So let's say that's the first half of your power hour is messaging your prospects, your customers, and your distributors. The second half of your power hour is doing follow-ups. See right here, follow-ups? There's nobody there. Oh my gosh, there's nobody on my follow-ups list. So when I say follow-up, I don't mean just connecting with people. That's just connecting with people. Okay, I just need to clear it up because a lot of people use the term follow-up for connecting with people. Following up is you've made an offer. Now you're following up on an offer. Okay, so when do I follow up? I follow up when I've shared my products or my business with somebody. Those are the people I put on my follow-ups list. So let me just kind of give you an example. I'm talking to Jennifer. I send her that message. She's like, oh my gosh, great to hear from you. And we're just chatting. Okay, send me an update. How was your summer? What did you guys do? She's telling me what she's doing in her summer. Catching me up. We're talking about my kids, we're talking about, right? You guys get the idea. We're just catching up. Great. And so I'm having a conversation now with her, and my goal in the conversation, by the way, is not to recruit or sell or to throw my business up on her. It's to really see if there's a way I can help her. This is one of the tenets of relationship marketing. We seek to serve first. And some of you guys saw me at the Juice Plus conference. I had the t-shirts that said serve first. Right? We seek to serve first. So having a conversation with her, great. We've made her day. That was nice. Now I'm looking for a way to help her. How can I help her? Right? Might not have anything to do with Juice Plus. She may need a recommendation for a new dentist for her kids. I don't know. Maybe she's just having a tough day. She needs a friend, a laugh, a prayer. Find a way to help her. Okay. And then as you're having a conversation with somebody, and you're catching up and she's giving you an update on her life. You give an update on your life and you tell them what you're doing. You tell them what you're doing and why you're so passionate about it. Okay. Everybody's all twisted up and scared about talking about their business. You should be. If your goal is to like, hi, I haven't talked to you since high school. Would you like to learn about Juice Plus? Yeah, that's kind of lame. But if you're having a regular conversation with somebody, you should be able to tell them what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. It's not a big deal. If you were a veterinarian because you're passionate about helping animals, would you be worried about telling somebody that? No. Well, you guys do something much more important, right? So what do you do and why you're passionate about? So you got to get fearless on sharing that just in conversations. Now you're creating organic conversations, talking to people, serving first, and it's totally normal. Well, what about you? What are you up to? Oh my gosh, this is what I'm doing. Great. So as I'm talking to Jennifer and I'm telling her what I'm doing and I'm passionate, why I'm so passionate about it, I'm just going to kind of feel out how enthusiastic she is about what I'm telling her. If she's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, Eric, good for you. Great. So now I'm just going to say, would you like to learn more about what I'm doing? Are you interested in learning more? Okay. And if I find there's interest, I'm going to now share my products with her or share my business opportunity with her, whatever's appropriate from our conversation. So let me show you how I do this in Teamzy. And that's when I would put a follow-up on Teamzy and then move her over to this list of people who are interested in the business that I'm going to be following up in a professional manner on that interest. Make sense? You guys with me? So look, Jennifer's no longer on my dashboard. So I have to look her up to find her record, which is easy. Just look her up. Okay. This is her full record. I have all of our conversations here, any notes on her, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna log this. Let's say we're talking and she's really interested in learning more about the business. So I invite her to a virtual event and we shared the business opportunity. So how would I log that in here? So let me just put on here, invited to an event or party. Let's just say this was a Facebook event. Okay, and we shared the business on this event, so I'm gonna click on share. See where it says on the bottom left, share? And I'm gonna log this as business opportunity. Okay. So this is how I would actually log that I had an opportunity and I shared with her. So in this case, she came to an event, we shared the business opportunity, and now I'm gonna put her on my follow-ups list. So you can see it created one for 2 days, but you can follow up whenever you want, any point in the future. I always follow up the next day, okay? So I'm just gonna tell her, hey, I'll follow up tomorrow and see if you have any questions. She says, great. Are you guys with me so far? By the way, a little keynote I'm going to teach you about follow-ups real quick, a couple tips on it. But here's your first tip. Tell them you will follow up and when you will follow up, and then do it. And then remind them that you're doing what you told them you would do. Does this make sense? This is a building trust exercise. I'll follow up with you tomorrow. She says, great. Then tomorrow I say, I'm following up like I promised I would. She says, oh, great. Does it make sense? You're showing them that you make promises and keep them. So how many of you have told somebody you follow up and you forgot? Yeah. So that's not what you want, right? That's why we have Teamzy now. Don't worry about it. So when I log this, hit log connect, I'm going to go to the dashboard and show you what it did. It logged a share. So now I've got a share for the day and it's put her on my follow-ups list for tomorrow. See, there she is. So when I set a follow-up, it moves her off my prospects list and puts her on my follow-ups list. Okay. So this is the list of people. These are my hot leads. These are the people who said, yeah, I'm interested in learning more. I'd like to learn more about your products. Okay. And I've shared something with them. Now I have something to follow up on. So as you're going through your process of connecting with people on Teamzy, you're going to create conversations. Some of those conversations, you'll find some interest and you'll share. Okay. Those people you put on your follow-ups list. So my goal was to do 3 a day, just share 3 times a day. So let's say I hit that goal for a week. So by the end of the week, I have 15 people now on my follow-ups list. Does that make sense? So I'm connecting with 19 people every day, 5 days a week. And then by the end of my week, I've got 15 people to work on my follow-ups list. So that is the other half of my power hour, is to connect with people on my follow-ups list. So let me show you how to do it. It's super easy. So let's say it's due today. Jennifer, I'm going to follow up with her. Oh my gosh, how do I do this? Again, I've got it all done for you in Teamzy. Just go to the scripts, okay? And when you go to the scripts, you'll go to follow-ups, just scroll down. I've got 10 follow-up scripts in here written for you. They're numbered in order, you guys. Seriously, you just do them in order. So follow-up number 1 reads like this. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, so it's all about her, the promise I made her, and I'm here to help her. So I'm going to copy that script. Let me just show you how to do it. We'll do it the same way. Paste it in there, change the name. We'll do it the same way. Paste it in there, change the name. I don't know if you want me to call you Jennifer or Jen. So I'll go with Jennifer. Okay. She hasn't given me permission to shorten it yet. All right, so here we go. So look, here's my follow-up. I'm gonna toggle over here and look her up. There she is. I'm gonna send her this message. This is her follow-up message, okay, that I promised to send her. Boom, just gonna message it over to her. Done. That's been sent. Now I'm gonna log this in Teamzy. Now this is important, you guys. This little detail is important. Before I hit log connect, set a new follow-up. Always set a new follow-up. She does not get to be off my follow-ups list until she purchases or tells me to stop following up. Okay. So I'm going to, let's say, follow up 2 days into the future. So I'll set it for 2 days from now. And you can leave yourself a note, by the way, so you remember what you're talking about. I'm just going to put that I'm going to send her follow-up number 2. Okay, great. So now I'm logged out. Now she's on my follow-up for Wednesday. Okay. So Wednesday, when I'm doing my power hour, I'll connect with whoever's up next on prospects, customers, distributors. And when I get to follow-ups, she'll be due again. I'll send her the next follow-up. I'll just get the script number 2 and send it. Does this make sense? Do you guys see how easy this is? And if you do that, nobody falls through the cracks. Now, just really quick, I'm just about out of time. We're going to do Q&A in a second, but let me just teach you this really quick. How many of you typically follow up if someone said they're a little bit interested or you've shared the products or the business with them? How many of you would typically follow up 10 times or more? The silence is deafening, right? We got a couple little, I've done that before. How many of you, when I said that, were like, ooh, that would make me super annoying. People would hate me if I did that. Anybody think that? Here's the thing I want you, most of the people I talk to won't follow up more than 3 or 4 times because they're worried about being annoying and being a pest. And they figure if someone's not responding, they must not be interested, right? But here's what I want you guys to understand. 80% of sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Okay? 80% of sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. So how many of you are in this business because you truly want to help people, you want to change lives, you're passionate about what you're doing, and you feel like you can really help people with this? Okay, good. You're my people. That's why you're still on the call with me an hour later. Here's what I want you guys to understand. Following up isn't annoying. It's actually an act of love. Okay, following up is an act of love. People will not buy typically until you followed up 7 to 10 times. And you cannot help them until they get these products. Make sense? So if you love them, you have to follow up with them more. This is your act of love. And what happens is, here's what I want you guys to know. Most people don't respond to the follow-ups. Even when they're enthusiastic, excited, they love you, they have respect for you, they're excited about the products, they just don't respond because it's not their top priority and they're busy. You message them and they mean to, but they don't. You message them again, nothing but crickets. You message them again, nothing. You guys, does it sound familiar? And then what happens is you start making up stories for why they're not responding. They're not interested. Husband's a jerk. It's the economy. It's the stupid government. It's got to be them. Right? Whatever. None of it's true. What really happened is your message came in. The dog's throwing up on the baby. She had to go handle that right then. Right? Your message came in later. She was driving. Next time she was handling raw chicken. She wasn't going to touch her phone. Like, these things are happening and they're not responding. First 3 examples I could think of why I wouldn't answer a message. So you have to keep messaging people. You have to stay connected to them. You got to love them through the process and don't give up on them. When you stop following up, you've told them, I don't care enough about you. Now, I will teach you how to do it so you're not annoying really quickly. Okay? You guys interested in that? So you're not worried about it? There's 2 principles. By the way, just use the scripts in Teamzy. They follow these principles automatically. But here are the 2 principles. When you're following up to not be annoying, first of all, always send a written message for a follow-up. They need to be able to read it because you can read two sentences at a glance. And a lot of times that's all they have is half a second. Okay? So make sure it's written out, texted, messaged, something short and sweet. It has to be short, less than 2 sentences long. Because if there's a ... and they can't see the whole message, now they're annoyed because now I have to open it to read it. And I can't. My hands are dirtier. Or I don't want to open it because I don't want you to know I've seen it because I'm not responding to you right now. Right? I mean to later, but I'm not going to do it now. So I'm not going to open it. So keep it short, sweet, and texted. No voice messages, no video messages. How many of you guys have kids or grandkids in your life? The voice message sometimes has to wait till 10 p.m. when everything's quiet, doesn't it? And then do you remember? Sometimes you don't. This is why but the written message will always be seen. It goes broop, and they go, oh, and they see it. Just for a split second, they see it. The second thing I want you to remember when you're following up is just don't ask people to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything. They don't need to call you. They don't need to even respond. Don't ask them to do anything. Because if they're in a busy moment, when you ask them to do something, it can be annoying. Does it make sense? So, messaged, don't ask them to do anything. Keep it short and sweet. And what will happen is, long after you're like, I can't believe I'm still messaging this person. They must hate me by now. I can't believe I'm listening to Eric Johnson. Unlike the 6th or 7th message with no response, you'll get a response. And it'll be something like this. Thank you so much for staying in touch. I really appreciate it. And I'm so sorry I haven't responded up till now. It happens like clockwork. So here's what I want you guys to think about. Here's the system. You get everybody into Teamzy, you get them ranked, you just log in for an hour a day and you message people, start conversations. When you find people are interested, you share with them. You put them on your follow-ups list and you keep them on that follow-ups list. You follow up, you keep following up, you keep following up, you keep following up, you keep touching in. Use my scripts if you want. They're great. They're loving. They're all about serving. They're not annoying. You can just use those. You just throw your emoticons in and change a couple words around to sound like you. Okay? And what will happen is over time, you'll have these people on that follow-ups list. Every month, there will be people converting off that list. They'll be joining the team, coming in as customers, joining the team, coming in as customers every single month. That's how you get those numbers, 18 customers and 12 distributors in 90 days. Are you guys with me? Okay. So let me just give you a couple action steps and then we'll do some Q&A if you guys have questions for me. Let's see here. I think I've got some action steps here. Do I have action steps? Yes. Okay, so here's your action steps. First off, get your 30-day free trial started. If you haven't done that already, it's at teamzy.com/JP. Okay. If you're already in a free trial, make sure you set up your subscription. So when the 30 days free is up, you can keep going with Teamzy. You won't miss a beat. So Teamzy's, the price for Teamzy is $29.99 a month. It's $1 a day to have all this. But for Juice Plus, because we have a partnership with Juice Plus, it's actually like 34% off. So it's $19.95 a month. So all this organization and everything in your business, like 60 cents a day. Okay. And by the way, I don't know how many of you guys are new to the business or not, but it's 100% tax deductible, right? Which is pretty cool. So just a little side note for you guys, even if you're not doing much business with Juice Plus, by owning your Juice Plus franchise, you're eligible for up to $9,000 in tax write-offs a year. That's income. That's income. Learn about that. Find a professional in life to teach you about that. That's income, by the way. Yes. Okay. See, people that just have a job, they give up almost all their money to taxes. What a bummer. And the second thing I want you to do is get a 30-day success partner and do the trial with you. See, if you have somebody in your life that will hold you accountable to doing this for 30 days, just say, hey, let's do this together. And each day, send them a little screenshot of your Teamzy when you're done, and so that it fires them up to get theirs done. If you just log in to do this by yourself, you'll probably log in and play with it a little and maybe not go very far with it. But if you have somebody driving you, this could be the best month in your business. Okay? I just want you guys to know the first month, I'm not a network marketer. Teamzy blew up and I had to just focus on this. But I want you guys to know that in my network marketing business, the month that I had Teamzy, the prototype, I signed 23 people into my business because I was like, I messaged 50 people in a day and I had so many conversations going on that it was just unbelievable. So you can create momentum like this in your business. You just need to get in there and start connecting intentionally and with the system behind it. Make sense? Okay. All right. So we've got a couple of minutes. Well, I have a couple of minutes. I know we've been here a long time, but if you guys have some questions, I'm happy to take them and answer them. Just unmute your microphone. You have the ability to do that. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you come up with.
I had a question. Is there a way when you are setting someone up as a new customer, can you set multiple follow-ups? Because we try to follow up week 1, day 10, day 30, day 60. specifically in their first 4 months of using the product. Is there a way to do that?
There's not a way to set multiple follow-ups. You just set the next one.
Okay.
You would just set the next one. So that's where you use that little follow-up note function.
Mm-hmm.
So to say, when you set the next one, what the next one is. Oh, this is the 10-day one. This is the 30-day one. So that when it comes up, you can quickly remember what it is you're following up for.
So as soon as we're putting a customer in, just put in 7 days from now, and you know that that's your first follow-up. And as a side note to everyone, you can create your own scripts. So you can create all the scripts for those different contact points. And that's something, again, you just copy and paste.
Yeah, you can load those into your Teamzy so they're available whenever you need them, the scripts. For example, I had a ton of email scripts that I built into Teamzy that had, the information on how to specifically sign up and buy specific products. So if I'm talking to Jennifer and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm totally interested in that, I'd be like, great, I'm going to send over that information to you right now. And I would already have it loaded in Teamzy as a script, send his email, and it would have all the information on how to sign up for the health study, whatever. And it would just, boom, it'd be right in her box. And now I had something specific to follow up on. The call to action was there, the information she needed, how to purchase, it was all there. Does that make sense? So once you think of that you've created that message for somebody once, you save it. So it's a script. So you have it at your fingertips. You just change the name and you've got that information. People are amazed when you're like, oh, I would send it over right now. How'd you do that so fast? I'm organized. This is my business. Right?
Gwen,
Pretty
I
cool.
think you had a question too. Did you want to ask yours about following up for an event?
So Gwen, just to answer your question, I see it here in the chat. So the people that you want on your follow-ups list from an event are the ones who came to the event. The ones who came to the event. Those are the people that you actually are following up on something. Okay. So what I would do is, if let's say you're doing an event and you're going to invite 50 people to it, what I recommend you do is you create a tag for that event. And you tag everybody that you want. You put a tag on their record that you're sending an invitation to. And then you can easily go into your team page. You can click, those of you who haven't been in Teamzy, this is all easy. You'll see when you get in there. You can click on that tag and it will bring the list of everybody you send an invitation to. Does this make sense? Without chunking up your follow-ups list, which is your solid gold list with all these names.
Is huge right now. I
Right?
have a huge follow-up list. That's why.
Yeah. So then what happens is, okay, so I've got an event coming on Friday. So I want to make sure that I retouch everybody on Wednesday. So then you just hit that tag, you've got the list, and you just message everybody on the list. Hey, are you coming? Are you coming? I'm coming. I'm coming. And that's like a separate task from your Teamzy Power Hour. Make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Then the 5 people that show up to the event, who you spend time with, who you've now shared the business with, the products with, those people are on your follow-ups. Those are your hot leads. Maybe they signed up at the event, maybe not, maybe they want to go home and talk to their spouse, whatever. So now you've got those people on your follow-ups list, but you have that tag list. So the next time you have an event, you can go back to that original list and you can re-invite people who didn't make it. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you will eventually have 1 million tags in Teamzy, which is fine. It's kind of like my Facebook. I've got about 600 groups I've started in Facebook. How many of you guys are like that? And it's okay. They're there, and you can find those people when you need to because it's there. So that's how I recommend doing an event, is to use the tags like that. Now, if you need to, Gwen, if you have 1 million follow-ups that you need to clear out of your follow-ups list because it's now gotten overwhelming and you're not doing it anymore, let me show you how to do that real quick. There's a tool just for this situation.
Cool.
You go to Team in Teamzy and see where it says Tools. There's some cool tools here, by the way. You haven't explored this. But on Tools, you're going to go to Follow-up Contacts right there. And that'll show you all your follow-ups. And what you can do is you can click all the ones that you want to clear, and then you click Remove Follow-ups. Okay? If you want to clear, if you want to clear all of the whole list, you click Remove All Follow-ups.
Yeah.
And the whole list is cleared. Okay? Now, if you just want to get rid of one follow-up, what you do is you just jump to that person's record, and where it says follow-up, there'll be a date, and you just switch it back to none, and it just deletes that follow-up for that person. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Also keep in mind that if you log a connect with somebody on your follow-up list, it clears the follow-up. That's why I'm telling you that I want you to set a new one when they're on your follow-ups list, because it will clear it when you log a connect with them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figured that out.
Darby has business cards she needs to add. This is super easy. Don't worry. Let me show you how to do this. So you can do this, by the way, I'm showing you on my desktop. You can use Teamzy on your phone. There's a mobile website, works great. But what you're going to do is you're going to click on this add contact button. Okay. If you're on your phone, it's just the plus. It's just a plus with a circle because there's not as much real estate up there. But you just click on that, and then you put that person's info in, their name, first name, last name. What are they? A prospect, customer, distributor? Okay. And then once you put that in, here, look, Darby, we're going to put you in there. Is it Donahoe?
Mm-hmm. Good.
See how easy this is? Look, so I create the contact, and then here I can put in more information. If I've got your email address, your phone, your actual address, when your birthday is, the name of your spouse, your dog's name. That's important.
Yes, it is. It's my baby.
Can I just tell you guys a quick story? So I've been coaching real estate brokers and large real estate teams for many, many years. It's just, that's the business I come from. And how many of you guys are dog people or pet people? I'm a dog person. So I gave this tip to my real estate agents years ago. I said, when you have a buyer who buys a home and they're moving into the new home, you just need to, you go down to Petco or whatever you've got locally, and you make new tags for the pets with the new address. It costs like $3 a pet. And then you bring them and you give them as a gift on move-in day to the homeowners who just purchased a home. And it's like, we talked about the cards that have such a meaningful, like, people just, they completely lose it emotionally when you present them new dog tags for their dogs or their cat. It freaks them out. And so it's just an important thing to understand too, as you're building your business, how important people's children and pets are to them. And that needs to be part of how you build your business, is caring for them too. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you want to remember information about their kids and what their kids are into and with their pets. And if they love their pets like children, you need to know that needs to be part of what you're doing, and keep that in mind. And I have seen people feeding their dogs Juice Plus gummies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's recommended, but I have seen lots of people doing that. So
Capsules. The whole capsule's here.
What's that?
The whole capsule here.
See? Well, look, that's an extra order, you guys.
Yeah.
we always had Rottweilers, which are large dogs. So, that would be a full order that I would have to do to keep my dog on that. So that's good for business as well, isn't it?
Yep.
All right. Any other questions?
No, it's been great.
Okay. So, Jennifer, I'll send you the recording to this call tomorrow, so you have it for the rest of the team. Just want to say to everyone, thanks so much for having me. It's really been an honor to be here with you tonight. Hopefully it was helpful. Right. And if you want to help me, come join our Teamzy family and let your teams know they need to join as well. We'll be happy to serve them as well. So thank you guys so much for having me. God bless you all.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.